You think you're a hot shot, eh? I mean, yeah, sell me this pen. You can't, can ya? If you can sell this pen, you can sell anything to anyone at any price. I mean, I don't get the job. Sell me this pen is a total bullshit strategy, and we're gonna talk about it. Hey, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome for the very first time all around. Welcome. I'm Carrieblogger, a career freelancer on Fiverr.com, where I've been selling as a Fiverr Pro verified copywriter for about the past 9 years. And in today's video, like I said, we're talking about the age-old, obnoxious sales strategy story, I guess, of sell me this pen and why it is total bullshit. But before we get into that, we have to announce this week's Blogger of the Week. And if you'd like to be the Blogger of the Week, just like Tosin Williams, all you have to do is drop a comment down below and you might get picked. If you think of sales and marketing just in like a, cheesy, cartoony kind of sense, you probably think of sell me this pen, which I'm going to set down now before I drive everyone crazy. It's like a super old school kind of strategy. There's a little bit of like gatekeeping, guru, boss, mojo, money mindset in there. And it was popularized with the Wolf of Wall Street movie.
Sell me this pen.
And when I think about the sell me this pen kind of strategy challenge, whatever, I don't know about you, but I think of a bunch of dudes in suits that don't fit and are way too expensive in a hotel conference room, just like bragging about how much crap they've sold to a bunch of schmucks who walked in saying that they don't need it or can't afford it or don't want it, and then you manipulate them into buying it anyway. Not only do I think that's super gross, but I also just think that it's not effective or like a good long-term actual useful skill. I don't know. Except I do know. Like all things, the sell me this pen strategy is very much billed as a silver bullet. It's the one thing that's going to teach you, like I said, to sell anything to anyone at any price, anytime, anywhere. And yes, for the sake of brevity, it is important in the field of marketing to have these kind of quick and dirty phrases that we can talk about and toss around, but it also oversimplifies this whole giant issue to the point where it basically misses the point. And when I was poking around the internet, kind of trying to collect my thoughts on this to make a video, I realized that Dan Locke has a video on this, and his comment section, it just proves every point I wanted to make. So we're just gonna pull through. We're gonna piece out some good comments and just chat about why. Say it with me. This is bullshit. You don't have to say that with me. So first off, we just have, the salesmen who are just parroting Wolf of Wall Street.
Do me a favor. Write your name down on that napkin for me.
I don't have a pen.
Exactly. Supply and demand, my friend.
Sure. It just makes the other person look silly, in which case you win is kind of like the vibe with that answer. Moving right along. The next issue is that with this kind of sales strategy challenge, we get the people who think that this is like the make or break salesman mentality. Like if you can't sell anything to anyone, anywhere, at any cost, then you are not a salesman, or you do not understand marketing, or you are not meant to be in business. This person says, as a small entrepreneur, I understand and agree with everything. What people need to understand is they live to sell. I personally do not live to sell. I sincerely hope you live for something more than selling. Everybody has to be a salesman. Your image, your status, your achievements, everything. If you don't understand this, you are less than an ordinary person. Ouch. Don't like that. Powerful training. I've actually had a job interview where I was asked to sell the owner of the company a pencil. Anyone who can't sell a pen or a pencil shouldn't be selling. No. Like, spoiler, being a salesman is not all you are. And again, it's this gatekeeping kind of like, can you pass the challenge of sell me this pen that makes you a salesman? And that's a very limiting line of thought. It's not something you're born with. It's not a yes or no kind of question. It's not a linear approach. Either you sell the pen or you can't isn't your ultimate decider of if you would be good in a marketing space. And I think that also leads to this kind of thinking when people say, wow, I can sell anything now. Thank you. God bless you. No, you can't. Like this, I guarantee this is not enough to sell anything. Oh man, I finally found the formula. I was looking, I could apply this technique to almost anything. No At least I said almost anything. I must confess, my business is going to scale high with more and more of your videos. With these 3 strategies, I think I can sell anything, any price. And I guarantee you can't. This is so oversimplified, and nothing wrong with Dan Locke's approach or his generalized teachings. But again, especially with this as the starting point, that if you can sell a pen, you can sell anything. And I'm saying that's not true, or at least it's such an oversimplification that how do I explain this? It both gatekeeps people from thinking they will not be able to learn sales strategies and marketing, and it also stops people from deepening their skills and fine-tuning more complex strategies because they think that this is all they're gonna need. It both excludes and limits, and there's this beautiful middle ground that people never get to if this is your starting point and your true inspiration. And the 3 strategies that he was talking about in the video was number 1, use emotion, number 2, tap into pain, and number 3, tell a story. Yeah, all of them are great little building blocks, but again, there's so much nuance in this. And this yes or no question stops people from nuancing. The next issue is that the strategy of storytelling, which is very effective in a lot of ways, is often misconstrued as story lying. You're basically twisting the facts or making them up entirely just for what people want to hear. This is something someone else talked about in a comment. And yes, I understand that these comments I'm pulling out, Mr. Locke told them to complete a small challenge of selling him this pen, but it further proves that this kind of on the fly, no preparation, no research, no understanding, no background, you are stuck in a box of there is no other way to go about this except to pull from your imagination. Unless you literally play the Wolf of Wall Street card and just take the pen and then say, write something down and then okay, sure. But if it's sell me this pen and you know nothing about this pen, you know nothing about the person who's buying it, you know nothing about the experience of where this transaction is being taken place, you know nothing about the price point and the market, what else do you have except to make shit up? And I think that that's really problematic. It's a learning curve of getting people to just do that. Someone says, it's a mind game. Use information of your customer by asking a few questions of what that specific customer is looking for and whose it's for. Then limit choices that way to avoid confusion. Describe the item you want to sell as the best item in the world for its price value with using few key features, using descriptions. And lastly, speak no more. As the more you speak, customer loses concentration after 1 minute. Then pull in the sale by offering the customer an unbeatable price and close the deal in less than 2 minutes. Less time you waste, more you sell. And this is literally saying, ask a few questions of what the person wants and then just give them that. Whether or not that's true, again, it's sell at all costs, sell this instantly right now to anyone, anywhere, without, again, the nuance, the complexity, and in my opinion, the ethics of, is this pen the best fit for that person? And sure, comment and say that I'm not a good salesman if I won't actually take that into consideration, but maybe there's a better thing that you could sell them instead that would then turn them in. Yeah, we're not gonna go down that road. Again, example of just making shit up. You, sell me this pen. Me. This pen is the duplication of James Bond's pen. He used this type of pen in a movie to signature a contract. You, oh, James Bond? Then give me this pen at any cost. Only $1. It's just not true. This pen is the same kind of pen once used by Neil Armstrong. What if you had to sign a contract that would instantly make you a millionaire? We love that word around here. Other pens might fall out of your pocket and leave you unable to sign. This pen has a convenient clip to hold it securely in your pocket, plated with chrome so it will never rust and stain your shirt. Just hold this pen in your hand and feel how securely you can grip it. It feels like you are holding a solid pen that won't break down when you have that important contract to sign. Would you like to pay by cash or check? So this all leads me to my next point. It's old school, it's outdated, it's very pushy, and it's visibly manipulative. It's something that you feel you have heard before. You know the gist. The whole, this pen is $1,000, it's gonna increase exponentially. I can't give you the facts on why that's gonna happen, because clearly it's not true. You will never forgive yourself if you don't take this. People know that sales strategy, and we feel on guard when we know that we're being pushed and shoved in a way that is not in our best interest, but in the seller's best interest. Someone says, I'm not gonna say I'm immune to these tactics. I like a good story. Everything I buy is to solve a problem, and I'm human, so emotion can work, but I'm also an engineer. My logical side and practical side is always wanting the facts. Don't sell emotion if I want specs. 9 times out of 10, I made a logical choice. It's a pen. It writes. And if it's for personal branding or showing off, a clever person can put a story to anything. I guess I'm saying I must be a unique breed since most of the time these techniques irritate me. Learn them, use them, sure, but you need more. And that's the more. Thank goodness this person said it. It's like the complexity and nuance that goes underneath it. Like, yes, if you're selling a pen to an audience that uses emotional buying because it is priced for needing emotion, not priced for, I literally need a pen. And there's a bulk box of pens at the dollar store and I just need a pen. Like, that's a very different kind of buying. It's a very different kind of buyer. And for him to say, those techniques alone irritate me. The story matters. The story is a great hook, but people are also logical. And to say that people only buy with emotion is not true. People might start with emotion, but logics back it up. And by offering both emotion and logic, facts and story, then you can appeal to both of those types of buyers. So instead, you don't sell anything just randomly. You need to understand the needs and then offer customized solutions as a product to them, give them options for their one requirement. It's true. You don't sell anything randomly. You're not going to sell anything with a made up story, or at least you're not going to sell a lot of anything, and you're definitely not going to have a long-term successful career that way. You're also not going to have long-term successful skills that are valuable in the marketing space outside of that one fake story about James Bond's pen that you're going to sell to anyone, anywhere, anytime. It's not going to happen. It's about trust. It's about nuance. It's about understanding. It's about research. It's about preparation. And this dumb little challenge where they just chuck a pen at you and say, sell me this pen, that's not setting you up for success in terms of preparing for those other deeper, nuanced skills. I'm done ranting. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully this resonates with you. If you're still watching, you know you are my actual hero. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure to check out the links to stuff I've got going on in the pinned comment and description down below, including a link to my freelancing network community on Discord. If you're a copywriter, marketer, voiceover artist, programmer, web designer, whatever you're doing, join that group. We're having a great time with some collegial chat, answers, help, chit chat, all that good stuff, and it's free. Remember, you are worth so much more than your workload, and let's get back to work.